Hey guys, welcome back to a new reaction on this channel. Today I'm going to be react to Emily Wells with her song Symphony 6, Fear, Be Well, and a Requiem mix. Alright guys, before I start, it's a request from you. I really appreciate that. But I never heard of Emily Wells before. I never heard of her before. I did a little bit of research, but I have to tell you it's not that find important, or it's more harder to find important information about a solo artist than when you will find something about a band. Emily Wells, born in Texas, is everything. For real. I just read that her father was music minister. I have absolutely no idea what that is. So she started playing violin with, I guess, 4 years. And now she's really everything. She is doing soundtracks. She is playing... I read something about hip-hop with synthesizers. I read something about composing. That she can play every freaking instrument, from piano to violin to drums. So she is a freaking special person. It's a little bit like the singer of Beartooth. Maybe you know the band Beartooth, but the singer of Beartooth, Caleb Shomo, is also playing every single instrument in the freaking band, except for their live shows, of course. But when they are recorded in studio, he's playing everything. He's doing the vocals, the drums, the guitars, everything. He can also play every single freaking instrument out there. And Emily Wells is a little bit the same. So I'm super excited. Just for your information, there was also a live video of the song. It's not that I don't want to react to it, because it's double as long as the studio version, because it was 6 minutes something. But especially with orchestral music, I think it's important to listen first of all to the studio version to really appreciate in the end the live version. Because you guys know I've been to a lot of orchestral concerts, but more into gaming and anime soundtrack stuff, to the Naruto symphonic experience, to the Final Fantasy Distant World, the Kingdom Hearts Orchestra, the Nier Automata Orchestra, and so on and so on. And you really appreciate these freaking live orchestral shows when you played the games, when you saw the movies or the anime or whatever, because then you know the songs, and when you are hearing them live, it's even more powerful. So I think it's okay if I start with the studio version. You can request also the live version if you want it, or other songs by Emily Wells. But now it's time for Symphony 6, Fare Thee Well, and a Requiem mix. Let's freaking go! Guys, I'm sorry to pause here after because of copyright strikes, because no. Alright. Maybe you requested the song because you know that I freaking love orchestral instrumentals, that I've been to a lot of orchestral concerts, that I freaking love violins especially, and also piano. I think violins and piano are two of the most powerful and best instruments out there. Um, of course, I try to compare the song now a little bit with all the other songs I listen to, like I said, gaming soundtracks, anime soundtracks, um, and stuff like that. But you can't really compare this because it doesn't sound like anything I usually listen to when I think of orchestral stuff, because you can't compare this to a Final Fantasy soundtrack or to a Nier Automata soundtrack or whatever, of course. Um, what I think it's really weird, but maybe it's just me, is that her pronunciation of of these words sound a little bit like she would not be have English as her mother language or native language. Um, Especially when she said "left behind," it sounded a little bit like she's not coming from the U.S. But like I said, she's born in Texas. But maybe it's just me. Maybe, maybe I'm stupid, or I don't know if they have in Texas a different kind of, I don't know, slang. I have no idea. Um, I think it's a really good song. I miss, or let's just say the violence and so on, freaking amazing. I freaking love the instrumentals. I miss a little bit something powerful in that song. I don't know why, because the instrumentals are a little bit the same instrumentals on a loop. And like I said, especially I listen, of course, like I said, you can't compare this, but I listen to soundtracks like Final Fantasy, like Nier Automata, and they all have something so powerful in it. If it's a choir, of course you don't have a choir in the song, and it's totally nothing bad. Um, but at least there is one part where the song is building up and then it hits you with a freaking train. Um, for example, one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts tracks, or I don't know the name of the song, I always forget it. That's definitely the final song when you are fighting against the final boss in Kingdom Hearts 2 against Semnus. Because the song started with freaking piano, really fast piano, and it's really building up. And then it's more building up, and it's more building up. And then there is a part with a violin in it, and every time this part is playing, I get freaking goosebumps because it's so freaking powerful. It is just this one freaking line or this one short part in the song, but every time this part hits, it's unbelievable. I'm honest. I missed it a little bit in that song, of course, but still, it's really good. It's really amazing. I freaking love the instrumentals. And like I said, maybe I will be more hitting by the live version. Like I said, I will now react to the studio version to really appreciate more the live version for the next time. So if you want to see the live version after that, please write it down in the comments. Really appreciate that. But let's just go a little bit back. Let's go back to the song. Oh goddamn, what happened? Sorry. Alright. That was Emily Wells with Symphony 6. Fare We Well and a Requiem mix. A really good song, definitely. Not my favorite orchestral like song I ever listened to. For example, I know a different person who is doing violin rock a little bit, if you can say it. That is Lindsay Starling, I guess, is her name, right? I freaking love her songs. Especially Shatter Me. Shatter Me is absolutely insane. It's my private Spotify playlist. Um, but it was definitely a really good song. And like I said before, Emily Wells is definitely a freaking wonder that she can play every single instrument by herself. Like I said, I guess there are just really a couple of people out there on the whole world. I don't know how many people there are that really can play every single instrument. And that makes me super sad. And I look back to me because I really wish I could play any instrument. Or at least I had the passion as a kid. The problem is I started two different instruments as a kid. But let's just say as a kid I was a freaking lazy asshole, and I still am. I'm honest. I started also with piano, and then I quit playing piano because I thought, and that was the stupidest thing ever, because you guys know I listen to punk, to metal and stuff like that, and I was like, hey, there is no piano in punk and metal. Why should I play piano any longer? And then I quit that. That was the stupidest thing I've ever did. And then I played drums. And they're also not that good and not that long. I still can play drums, and I still can play a couple of songs, but the talent songs, for example, I really learned a lot. But I can't play drums here because now I'm living in a big city. I don't have a drum set in my basement anymore. Super sad, but it is how it is. But sometimes I really wished that I would be more passionate as a kid in freaking music. I mean, I was really passionate in listening to music. I was really into music since I was 6 years old, but I was too lazy to learn an instrument, and that's so freaking sad. I really hate that. I mean, I'm still not that old, 27. I still can learn something, but yeah, we will see. We will see. Alright, guys, but thanks for this request. Like I said, I never heard of Emily Wells before. If you have other requests, wishes, whatever, write it down in the comments. You can write me on Instagram, links down in the description. If you want to talk about Emily Wells with me or the whole community, join our community Discord, links down in the description too. You can join anytime, you can talk about anything you wanted. Cool to see you there. And then I hope I see you guys again. Sorry, in another reaction would be awesome. And I say, bye!